Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the finale of Village of Shadows. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified when I post again. And if you're not doing so already, check me out on Twitch. Dungeons with Shepherd, link in the description below.
Go run off to smash it.
Okay, well, here's the question. What are we doing? We need to plan. We need to figure out what we're doing when we hit that shit. When we get there, what are we doing?
First we need to be led by our DM and find out what the heck is going on.
Alright, so, last we left off,
Yep.
and after I clear my throat of allergies, because fuck allergies, last we left off, you were all just leaving your campsite, journeying out of the forest of the mists of Anhu, following the road back to the village, whose name I will look up right now because I completely forgot, of Northridge. During your night's rest, you were accosted by the skull that Thif had procured from, well, the Flaming Skull, as it had revived in her sack and attacked you as you slept. You put a swift end to it after a toasty awakening to some of you. But as the night progressed, whispers in your mind increased as well. And so Reginald attacked you as you slept. His mind taken over by whatever it was that afflicted him. Some otherworldly presence in his mind. You managed to fight him off, restrain him, and relieve him of his arm and his ailment.
Sorry, not sorry. It was that or your head, dude. Take your pick.
And so, after potentially curing him of his affliction,
Hopefully.
potentially, maybe, you continue making your way out of the mists of Anhu, and that is where we pick up, as you are now on the road, making your way back to Northridge, the village where we began.
I gotta get back into Linju mindset, otherwise this is gonna Let's see, Linju mindset. Thick mommy. Or...
Porn, sexy ladies and men, and everything in between.
I'm not very particular.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, so last time you were all trying to... Oh, you were coming up with a plan. What is the plan?
Not die?
Well, I believe the first thing we'd agreed is we wanted to have glorious Swift Indigo do a bit of scouting before we decided to go charging headlong into town, because we're pretty much sure that they're going to be ready for us.
Oh yeah, it's time for some reconnaissance.
Alright, so we left off last time. You were about a day's travel away from the village. During that time, what all preparations are you doing? Because you have a lot of time between now and then to make any kind of preparations as you travel. Are you doing anything? Not? We'll task it. Uses that.
This is one of those moments that I really wish I was playing a wizard, because I could definitely do some preparations. But...
I make 15 scrolls and pass them out to all of my party, and now everyone can cast Fireball.
You joke, it's a thing I could do.
I know.
Can a trickster rogue actually change their spells?
I
On level up, you can trade out.
I,
I think. I
I'm
believe that's the
actually
general rule of
not too sure. I think you might be locked in. There might be like an
Quickly.
optional rule for that, but I think you might be locked in until you
Okay, so
level,
let
like
me,
Shane said.
because my boy has pretty much barely even used his spells. So let me kind of open up
Okay.
his.
Yeah, whenever you
Yeah,
gain a level in this
let's-
class, you can replace one of the wizard spells you know with another from your choice of the wizard spell list.
Okay, well, you did level up like a day or two ago, so if you want to switch something out, we could say you could.
You
Okay,
are locked. You are
let me
locked
kinda-
in that it has to be an enchantment or illusion spell, though. Unless you're
Okay.
replacing on the 3rd, 8th, 14th, or 20th level.
Well, let me kind of clue you in onto what spells I got. As soon as I click on. Okay, I got it. For cantrips, I have Firebolt, I have Mage Hand, and Minor Illusion. For first level, I have Detect Magic, Disguise Self, Fog Cloud, and Silent Image.
All good spells.
Pretty much, I have one attack spell, which for the most part does not have to require any spell slots. Pretty much, I have my Mage Hand will be very useful at grabbing the stone. Hopefully, it's not too heavy. But everything else is either used for well, my fog cloud might be actually very useful in this situation in the combat aspect or infiltration. But pretty
No,
much everything else is pretty much meant for either detecting any magical items or pretty much trying to enter into for infiltration purposes.
Fog Cloud can really work with Linju's blind sight.
I can fight. Can you?
If we do something with Fog Cloud and say like if there's a large patch of people, you can do the Fog Cloud. Linju can get in there and essentially get everyone without even getting hit because no one can see.
No one can see, and I have advantage on all the attacks because I can.
True.
That's true.
But also we need to make sure that it probably should be best if it's done inside, because if I'm reading this right, pretty much any kind of strong wind or whatever will blow the fog cloud away. It is definitely not like the darkness spell.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
a strong wind can disperse the fog spell. Yes.
A
So
wind
if
of
you're
moderate
using-
or greater speed, at least 10 miles an hour, disperses it.
So if we do this while they're inside, that might be useful. Just go in when they're inside and just knock them out. Kill the priest, grab the orb.
That's a good question about the orb. What should we do with it?
I think our general rule of thumb is that we're trying to destroy it in some way.
Let's hope that works and doesn't release anything.
Let's hope that let's probably not do it in town, just in case if we do destroy it, it doesn't freaking blow up the town.
So, do you want to just like grab it and then leave town and destroy it somewhere else?
Might be the better option there, just like honestly probably want to kill it on hallowed ground, so it might be a good idea. Well, no, because we don't want to travel too far with it and risk it delving into someone's mind.
Also, we're not dealing with like devils and whatnot. We're dealing with the old gods.
We don't know that. Well, you do, but I don't.
That's your best guess anyway, so far.
Yeah.
So,
Ace
how would you deal with something from the old gods then?
Usually you would drown it in holy fire.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't think my firebolt counts, so
And I don't think Sif isn't really considered holy. She's considered kind of the opposite.
You know, it's,
I mean we do have a cleric.
Again, I'm a level 1 cleric, and my sense of holy is not exactly holy.
Kill, murder, kill, kill.
Not actually really you. I was talking about our friend.
Oh, is he a cleric? I thought he was a paladin.
Here's a
He,
paladin, yes.
he's
Paladin, sorry. He's a paladin. He might have something to deal with this.
Hmm.
we get a big bathtub and we fill it with holy water.
I mean, he's supposed to have a vial of holy water.
Well,
They
he
used it on
used that.
the skull.
I'm gonna turn and look at him. Do you have anything that could be used to that we can use to disperse that rock or whatever?
He will think for a moment. Do not know fully, but I will definitely try if given the opportunity.
I think the best course of action is to get Swift to steal the rock and then bring it somewhere else so that we can destroy it, somewhere remote. And if not, then plan 2, we barge in, destroy it, and see what happens.
I hope it's going to be that easy. In my experience, no plan survives first contact.
That's why we have a plan B. And plan B tends to be easier too.
Well, let me go. Let me scout it out. Maybe if they're all wearing the same thing and I catch sight of it, I could probably disguise myself to look like them.
Also, see if you can see the priest's face. Because I think they were hiding it for a reason.
Yeah. Okay, I will do that.
If you don't mind me asking, Lady Thiff, since you seem to be more knowledgeable on the subject, these, and Lingio holds up 2 fingers in air quotes, old ones, what are the chances that their devotees have some ability to see through minor tricks?
You know, would I know if they are good at like seeing through illusions or whatnot or tricks? Because my oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't fully remember what your check was last time, so go ahead and give me another religion check. Just to see.
Action!
Religion.
Religion.
So 13, I think yours is still using your intelligence, which we changed for cleric, so...
Yeah, I need to do a lot of editing on this
It's more
token.
than
Sorry.
13.
Was that with advantage?
Oh, did you
Or
give
did
the
my-
help action?
Yeah, did my mic not
Okay.
pick up? I was like, yeah, I gave the help action.
I didn't hear you.
Sorry, my mic didn't pick it up. Gotta get a little closer, more sensual.
Oh,
Yeah, so
God, no.
go ahead and roll again if you didn't roll with advantage. Or did you?
I didn't. I can roll again.
And before nat 20.
Watch, it's gonna be a nat one. You jinxed it.
12.
Okay, so more than a 13, but not super high, I don't think. Alright, so throughout your knowledge of your teachings of the different religious mantras, from your time in Hymnal, the teachings of the old ones, the great old ones, was very minor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you all talked about the threats that they do pose, and the threats that their followers pose as well. Um, it is theorized that some of them, uh, the more devout followers of these deities, could potentially have some sort of ability like that. But to achieve such an ability is difficult. And it is not guaranteed that uh, every member or that even the highest members would have such abilities. But it's possible.
It really depends on who we're dealing with and how high of level the members are. I wasn't told much about them, so it's possible that they could have some way to see through our tricks, but it that's a low maybe.
And you're
Are
just
we
kind
are we are we in the fogged area? Are we in the fogged
No,
area?
no, you are not in the fogged area. You have passed the fogged area. You are now on the road that you originally traveled on.
I mean, as far
Making
as the
your way.
map goes.
Yeah, yeah. As far as the map. Oh, well, as far as the map is, you all still on the fog because I don't have a road map for you.
Okay.
But yeah, so you should be looking at the fog still.
Because I thought it automatically connected, which was weird because I didn't put the password in and all that. So apparently, I probably was seeing things I probably shouldn't have seen.
I don't know how.
I don't know how either. I saw there was a bunch of enemies in the building.
That's weird.
It's some.
Did you
Apparently, I
log
did.
in as a G? How would you? No, you couldn't have logged in as a GM. What?
No,
That's so weird.
I don't even think it just like, oh, would you like to re-upload the campaign? It's like, yeah. It's like,
How did you?
I mean,
What?
I don't know how I did, but it's like I just gotta feel it because I didn't see Thiff's roll, and it's just like, why didn't I not see her roll? So it's just like I went up there, and it's like I put the password in, I changed the name because I was still under fog, not village.
Don't well.
And it's like
Don't say that because you're being live. But they don't have all the other stuff, so as long as it doesn't say the other stuff, it should be fine. Yeah, you shouldn't even be able to see that map because it's hidden. So I don't know how that happened.
it was a glitch in the matrix.
It's
It was a
definitely
glitch.
because that map is
It was
hidden
a
and you
glitch
shouldn't
in
even
the
be able to see it. So I don't know.
He's broken into the
mean-
code.
To be fair, I did not count how many people were inside. I didn't
Well,
really
they could
look.
change as well. You don't know.
Who knows? There probably are more people around. They're probably not in one central location. I don't know.
Many things could happen. Anyway,
But
You
yeah,
know.
that was weird.
that was one. But no, you were currently on the road going back to town. You would, at this moment, you would be bypassing the Clawfoot homestead.
You know, it occurs to me, there is a particular trick that an old ranger friend of mine taught to me that may be useful in this situation.
How so?
Well, he kind of gestures to the woods around them. The beasts of the forest tend to be overlooked by people with plans.
Go on.
And, well, there's a certain set of abilities that allow one to more or less gain a sense of speech with the beasts.
Okay.
I can't do it nearly as well as he can, so it would take a little bit of time.
I once made an apparition of a dragon appear. Scared it made it roar and spew out fire. It was great. Made this prick of a lord at this in this town that I was scouting out about turn his pants brown, so to speak.
Verily. But yes, if we have 10 minutes to spare, I could possibly see if any of the unseen friends know anything.
I don't see why not. We would want to do so when we get closer to the village, so they actually know. But yeah, that could work.
Well. Cause I just remembered things that totem warrior barbarians can do.
Mhm.
Alright, so is there anything, any other... I am losing my words. Is there anything else you'd like to do before we time skip or whatnot?
Nope.
No.
I'm ready to go.
No
Same
more,
here.
Alright, no more preparations. All to
Can
be
I quickly
made.
go grab a drink?
You can, yes.
Okay.
Quick, wash this
Steph-
away. Plot
Steph
against her.
Steph running into the... Oh, I have plenty of plots against her, don't you worry.
Not those plots. Alright, so. Yes, so.
Ah.
No more planning is done yet. And eventually, throughout this day's travel, you make it just on the edge of Northridge. You see it at the edge of your vision. And it is roughly, well, how far would you stop before making it though? Because the area is hilly, but it's not to the point where you wouldn't see it for miles before making it to it. So how far would you stop?
I would say maybe like right outside the not right outside, but like enough
Yes,
that we
right next to the gate, just right there.
right next to it. Enough where we can like kind of see people, but they can't see us.
Wait, in the woods.
Okay.
In the woods.
Peeking around trees like creepers.
They can't see me. I can't see them.
them.
That's because you're looking at the rock. Oh, right.
Hello,
Real smooth, dipstick.
All right, so arriving at the village of Northridge, it would be at nighttime because it would take you a day's travel to make it from the mists to the village. So it is currently nighttime. You do see that the village has multiple lights on. You see many lights are lit at the church. Give me perception checks at disadvantage for everyone who doesn't have night. Actually, even from this distance, even with night vision, it would also be disadvantage.
Not ability check. What am I doing?
Skill check? Perception?
Yes. Disadvantage.
Perception.
Actually,
because it is
good.
night.
That's an 18.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I keep hitting. I keep accidentally hitting ability check.
12.
7, actually. You get it. Oh, wait. No.
With bonus.
You
With bonuses.
I rolled double 15s.
Hell yeah.
I got an 18.
Alright, so, Alright, so
Oh.
with the few lights that are lit on the town, for those of you who can see a little bit better than others, this dark environment, you aren't really able to make out anyone in town. From what you can see, the town, at least the outside anyway, is fairly barren. It seems like there aren't any individuals outside currently. Every so often, you do see a shadow or two pass by a window in the church.
In the church.
But most of the other buildings, the lights are off. The only other building that does have a light is the shop that Swift originally went into that had the gnome. That shop does still have a light on, and it is the upper level, because there was 2 levels to it. So it's the second floor that does still have a light on.
I would say we go sneaky peeky over to the church.
If I tilt my head, do I hear any owls in the trees where we're at?
I really wish that when you hovered over someone, the little box that you have wasn't so small. And it's always I'm trying to look at your passives. Alright. We'll just use the 15 from earlier. Alright, so you tilt your head up to the sky and you listen. Occasionally you do hear the of an owl far off in the distance somewhere.
Grackle makes owl noises.
Yes, it is Swift next to you.
Out of character, don't you have voice of the Chainmaster, Thiff?
Actually, I completely forgot. Why? All right. Yeah, I completely.
Yeah, because if you have voice of the Chainmaster, you have indefinite range on being able to see through Popcorn's eyes.
Yep. Completely forgot about popcorn. Shit. Oh, I have something.
Always forget about me.
No, I don't. Okay. Popcorn, hello. How are you, my dear? I need you to do something for me.
Oh yes, anything, please. He takes his nightcap off. What could I possibly do for you?
Sif grabs him and chucks him near the church while performing the ritual to make herself see through his eyes. Go look at the church. Excellent. Now, what do I see?
Alright, so, as you chuck Popcorn and begin to look through his vision, Popcorn does have dark vision, yes? Is it 60 feet? Is it just the typical 60 feet that everything fucking
Hold on.
gets?
Hold on.
So.
He's an
Hold
ice
on.
Muppet, yes?
Hold on.
Yes.
Yeah, dark vision to 60 feet.
Oh, you beat me to it. Okay. Well.
It's like he lives on that side or something.
And a
It's not
passive,
Good.
Passive?
Go.
a passive perception of 12.
Okay. Alright, so. Well, I think we would be using your passive because you're the one looking.
No,
Yeah.
it uses the Mephit's vision because you share whatever the minion sees.
Oh, you know what?
So
I'll allow
he
that.
has a pass. It's just one less. One less? Oh no, sorry. Three less. Fuck. All right, and he also speaks Aquadan and Orin. Weird. Okay. What do I see?
Alright, so as as Popcorn flies with his new flesh wings. Uh, well, first off, um, roll stealth for Popcorn.
Okay.
Yeah, assuming you want him to be stealthy, which I think he would. He
Yeah.
would. Popcorn would.
I would assume he'd be stealthy
Popcorn
somewhat.
would be stealthy. So go ahead and roll stealth for Popcorn,
We can only hope.
which he actually has a bonus too.
Yeah, he's a +3.
So I rolled a 4.
So he has 7.
7. Okay,
Oh dear.
Popcorn, a little out of his element. He's only half ice, half air, so a little out of his element.
I kind of
weird.
chucked them.
He did chuck him. He did scream as well. So
But the wonderful part of Find Familiar is the ability to just snap them out of danger.
Yep.
he's fairly visible. Anyone who really kind of looked could kind of see him, but it is dark, so it's helping. It's helping. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Swift is just gonna watch, and he's gonna be like amateur, and he is going to stealth.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth. 17. Okay, cool. You stick to the shadows, which is everything because it's nighttime.
Why did Indigo go?
I'm
Okay, I'm looking.
As Popcorn flaps his way to the church, go ahead and roll perception as he kind of flies up to one of the window sills and just kind of peers over.
Come on, Popcorn. You can. Oh,
Natural.
fuck me running.
He looks in, but it's so bright. His eyes, it's like he's squinting. He's in the dark. His eyes were fully adapted to seeing at nighttime, and then he's looking in this window, and it's just blindingly bright. So he's squinting, which means you're now squinting. So it's very difficult to see. But what you do make out a few things.
Are you
see,
sure?
Maybe.
Okay, how about, can I do this? Can I ask Popcorn to go to a less bright window?
They're all pretty bright.
Okay,
Let him describe what might be.
Alright, so you see multiple shadowy figures inside. This is about as much as you can see. You can see multiple shadowy figures, and you can hear someone speaking, but it's very muffled through the window. You're not really able to make out what they're saying. But you see multiple shadowy figures, and you hear a muffling voice from inside.
Is there an open window somewhere?
Go ahead and make me another perception check.
14.
19. I know.
Well, minus 3, so that'd be 16.
16. Still good. Really good. Great, actually.
Yeah.
Alright, so as Popcorn flies around, his eyes kind of, he has starry vision from being blinded by the light.
By the light.
But blinking rapidly a few times, the night vision kind of takes back over. And you do see a window that is not fully open, but it is slightly ajar.
Get Popcorn to fly over there, and if he can't hear anything or if no one's near the window, try to open it a little bit so that he can get in and kind of sneak around. If not, then just stay there and see if he can hear anything.
Alright, so Popcorn flies over to this open window and perches on the edge, because there's like the little lip to the window they kind of perches on. Go ahead and roll another perception check. The window is towards the front of the church, so close to the entrance.
Look behind me to see if anyone's looking at me.
What's Popcorn's passive? 12? Is that what you said?
12.
Yeah.
12. Alright, as Popcorn looks, well, you as Popcorn, it's a little weird too, looks behind, you don't see anyone outside looking at you, or looking for you, or really just
Okay,
anyone outside.
good. Good, just making sure. All right, and now click passive, or not passive, perception, just listen and hear and look inside and whatnot.
Yes. At this new vantage point.
7.
7.
Sevens! Alright, so with a no 7,
Popcorn is very tired.
I did not get enough sleep for this.
You've been sleeping in my bag all day. Suck it up.
You really need to get some Tempur-Pedic in that bitch.
Oh god damn it, Shepard! I was mid-sip.
You have an entire section of my house you can deal with a backpack.
Alright, so
think-
looking inside.
Is going to look around to see if there's anything that can be used to burn.
Make a perception check.
Outs-
Alright, so looking inside, at this new vantage point, you are able to see a little bit more. You see roughly like 10 or so individuals seated in different pews. They're all hooded, pointed away from you, and you see the pastoral on the. I forgot the word again. At the
A
podium.
pew. It's a pew.
Is it a pew?
Pew.
Pew pew. At the
Pew, pew.
pew. Standing behind this black orb, this black crystal that you kind of gotta look at when you first visit it.
Ooh, is it monologue time?
Well, unfortunately for the 7, you're not able to fully make out what he's saying because he does have the mask on and it's a little really muffled. He's also not speaking super loudly. He's speaking kind of at a typical volume, typical room volume because everyone is pretty close together. So you're not able to fully make out what he's saying. But you do hear bits and pieces. You can make out bits and pieces. You're able to make out that this does appear to be some sort of sermon.
To who?
Well, that's the thing. He does keep mentioning Fitaya, but he does mention Fitaya, and he mentions it fairly often. But every time he mentions it, it is also accompanied with something that sounds like the formless.
Oh, fuck.
So it's basically it sounds like Fitayeth, the aspect of air, and he kind of goes through all of the names for Fitayeth. And then in there he also adds in the formless.
Oh, boy.
Which, go ahead and roll me a religion check, actually.
Alrighty. I was just about to go and look at the thing, but I can roll religion.
This is your thing. There you go. It's your thing.
16.
I told you it was your thing. So, you do have teachings on Fitayeth as well. Again, very minor. It wasn't like your main teachings. But the formless was not a name that you are. I'm not going to say that you're not familiar with, but it is not a name that was typically given to Fiteoth, not to your knowledge. This seems to be an added name that has been added on for this specific congregation. Is that the right word?
Congregation, yeah.
Also,
Indulgence
Swift,
for
go
Fiteoth.
ahead and roll me a perception check to look for anything that you could use to start the fire with. 14. With 14, you do find some old, well, not some old, but some sticks that are falling down from some trees nearby. There's also bales of hay fairly close by.
Perfect. Are these just like in an area where it's just right out and won't catch anything else on fire, especially the
They are,
buildings?
yeah, they are basic. They are quite a ways away from the town, but not super out of the way. Like they might be like 200 feet or so away from the town. I'm not gonna say they couldn't catch anything on fire because fire likes to jump, but it is, theoretically, if the wind is blowing in the right direction, not going to catch anything else on fire.
Swift kind of smiles and saying, "This could definitely be useful as a good infiltration method." He's gonna pull out this flask of oil and kind of pour it on something. Pour it a little bit on the bale of hay. Kind of make like a trail. So he's at a distance. And then he's gonna go to the others. It's like, well, find a bale of hay that we could possibly use as to set fire to, so we can possibly distract them a little bit, if need be.
That might be a good idea. I'm
You're
currently
blinded deaf. You're blinded deaf
Oh
right
yeah.
now.
Forgot about that. Back.
Well, I guess it's more directed at Linju.
Sif will also be like announcing what she sees through popcorn, but yeah, that's it.
And he'll kind of sit there and tap his chin for a minute. You said the bale of hay is about 200 feet out from the town?
Roughly, yeah.
Is it from us? Is it closer or further away from the church?
Are you asking me if you're closer to the church than the Bell of Haley is? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Yeah.
From you, the Bell Hay is about like 50 feet away. So you're about equal.
Goodness. Okay. So, looking down into the town, does it look like there's been any sort of attempts to create a barricade of any kind?
What did you roll on your perception check last? 15? 15.
Yeah.
2 15s. It doesn't seem like there's any kind of barricade. It doesn't, from what you can tell, it doesn't look like any kind of defensive preparations have been made at the town.
No ramshackle defenses in position. It almost seems like they want us to come down there.
Then I suggest. Oh wait, I'm still blind and deaf.
That is true until you decide to release popcorn.
Probably to assimilate us. We are the Borg. Resistance is futile.
Ultimately, I'll have to leave the handling of the stone to the two of you. Both of you seem to be far more resistant to the effects.
Should I start fire?
Well, let's wait. Let's get Thif back real quick, and Linju's gonna run over and kind of tap Thif on the shoulder.
At this time, you as you're looking through popcorn, you kind of notice that the priest turns his head towards the window that you, as popcorn, kind of peering through.
Uh-oh.
Huh. I disappear, popcorn. Popcorn disappears. He saw nothing. I come back. Oh.
Can't popcorn turn invisible? Just as a thing.
No, he can't.
Oh, okay.
Popcorn can
He has a frost breath, and he can do fog cloud.
I shove him in the pocket dimension.
Not again.
Oh, that's interesting. While the mephit remains motionless, it's indistinguishable from an ordinary shard of ice.
Oh. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, actually, he does. Okay, so this is what you see. You see him look towards the wind, and he's wearing a mask, so you really don't know what his facial expression is, but you kind of see this slight head cock.
What the heck is there a piece of ice doing there?
Popcorn, if you can, slowly freeze the glass as if the heat from outside and the cold from inside is making condensation. If you can.
Okay, so
Maybe that will work.
okay, so you're not bamfing him out of there. Okay.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's probably a good. Let's have. Actually, okay. Hold on. I want to big brain this. Okay. So he's just looking at popcorn.
He's looking towards the window. You don't really know if he sees popcorn or not.
Just
Well.
that confused head cock of just, what the fuck?
Popcorn, stay still. Popcorn, stay still. Do not move. Do not do anything. A popcorn's gonna stay still.
I feel like I should move.
Just kidding. You fucking stay there. Just think that you are nothing. You are invisible. You do not exist. You are not being seen.
It's
Just
not
think
doing
of
great
that.
for my self-appreciation.
It's either self-appreciation or your life. Just stay still.
And tap tap.
No. What is the priest doing? What is he doing?
He looked so as you're looking through Popcorn's eyes, you're still looking through Popcorn's eyes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're still looking through Popcorn's eyes, and listening through his ears, and the priest kind of looks at the window, and then just kind of wings down a little bit to someone in the front row, and says something very quietly, and then they stand up and begin walking towards the front door.
Did he ever take his eyes off of the window? Like when he leaned down?
Yes, he took it. Yeah, when he leaned down, he took his eyes off the window completely and leaned down. And then, as he spoke, he just went back to doing his sermon.
Second, he takes his eyes off of the window. Popcorn is out of there.
All right. So as soon as that happens, you bamf Popcorn out.
Yep.
Cool.
And wait, if he bamfs back, does he appear anywhere?
He
Like,
appears
can-
within 30 feet of you.
Okay.
Yeah, because without that thing that you have, you wouldn't be able to see after 100 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have that one ability.
She bamfs Popcorn back into his dimension and then back to her, and she's like, Okay. So
Okay, you
he's
bat from back, and he's just sitting on like this ice lawn chair, sipping on like this frozen icy. He's like, "Oh, I was at home for so, oh, it was so nice."
oh,
Oh.
suck it up. Okay, so this he noticed popcorn as an ice shard, but the second he takes his eyes off of the window, I bamped him back. Doesn't matter. What's going on? Well, I know what's going on. What was happening with you while I was out?
Linja will kind of fill her in on what Swift had done to prepare to create a distraction with the hay bale.
That might be a good idea.
In the background,
real-
you just hear.
I'm gonna shove him back in my backpack.
How many people were inside, Sif?
10.
10?
Was it 10 including the priest or 10 plus the priest?
From what you could tell, it was roughly 10 individuals. It was very difficult for you to get a good count. Looking through Popcorn's eyes, but it was 10 individuals plus the priest.
10 plus the priest, give or take.
From our position, where we're at, looking into Northwich, how many houses do there appear to be?
Houses or buildings?
We'll start with buildings and then subcategorize it into like how many of them appear to be houses.
Okay. Okay, so there appears to be 11 buildings total.
Okay.
And this, well, there appears to be 11 buildings in this main strip, where you originally arrived, which was the church at one end that had the cemetery next to it, and then the row of businesses. There are some other buildings a little farther out from this main portion of town, but very few, like 2 to 3. We'll go with 3.
Seems like most of the town is part of this congregation then.
I don't like that. Okay. Here's what I propose. If we do the fire trick, then we can get someone to run in, grab the rock, and then run out. And then we can deal from it from there.
We'll need to provide a safe avenue of retreat for whoever's going inside.
Swift is cracking his neck. That was me.
Wait, quick question. How big is the rock?
The rock. From your brief glimpses of it, you estimate it is roughly 2 feet to 3 feet, somewhere in there.
Jesus, okay.
The hole from the meteor that you kind of presume this rock to have come from, especially with Clawfoot telling you it did. It's closer to that 3 foot because the hole in the rock was about that 3 foot.
Okay.
But it was like 10 pounds, I believe.
I don't think it was ever specified the weight.
Yeah, we never tried to pick it up, so we have no idea how heavy that thing is.
Yeah, I don't think you ever asked Clawfoot how heavy it was.
All right, then you know what? New plan. We'll set up. Okay, let me get into this. New plan then. I suggest we set the fire to get as many villagers as we can out. Then all of us storm into the church and try to destroy the rock.
Hopefully most of the villagers will come out to try and stop the fire. I would rather not them get caught up in this.
I agree. And before anything, remove the mask from the priest. If
Oh,
they
I'll
if they
do that.
see what the priest looks like, if it's something that relates to one of the old gods, then they'll realize that they've been lied to.
Maybe a little too late to that if this stone has as much power as I think it does.
You can be surprised on how persuasive someone's looks can be. Happens all the time in high society. The second you ruin your look just a little bit, people talk and dare.
I need to roll a thing real quick.
Yeah. Insight check
On who?
on Thiv.
Me?
Why'd
Oh,
you
what-
stealth?
Oh,
What's your passive perception, Thiff?
My passive perception? Why? 15.
Linju visibly cringes as though reliving a memory when you say that.
What's with you?
Hmm?
Aren't you a noble? You should be one person to know. To nobles, image is everything. Why do you think I look like?
Unfortunately.
Fortunately. At least in my case.
Well, you are quite the looker, that is true. Smirk and tongue flick. Anyways, to the matter at hand. It may behoove us to move into position to move through the graveyard to enter the church.
I can't even see that part of the map.
Yeah.
I don't even see that map. I'm still on the campus.
Yeah,
map.
yeah. Y'all don't see it yet, but I won't reveal it so you can kind of get an idea of what you'll remember what you're looking at.
What time is it? It's
In game or out of game?
I would
Okay.
say light the fire like somewhere where it's very obvious outside the town so that all the villagers can get to it. And then we'll come in from behind the church and just swoop in.
So on this map, is the bale of hay toward like you said it was like toward the entrance of town?
It's on your side, so which side would you have come in from?
I would think this side over here, just because like
So
we would be somewhere over like not a kilometer, but a little bit of ways away, just closest to the church where we won't be noticed.
there you go. So it's on your side, so
Okay.
whichever side you would be in. If you're on the northeast, it would be up there with you.
Okay.
Only
We're
it's a
ready
little
to
bit.
move
It's
in.
about 50 feet closer than what you are.
Can I be a butthead and quickly go to the bathroom?
You can be a butthead, yes.
Okay, thank you. I really gotta be sorry.
And once we're ready, I will cast Firebolt.
If we're going to light the fire here, we might want to try and swing toward the north and enter in toward, hopefully, a side entrance over in this direction.
Luckily for me, I poured a line of this so it can be used as a fuse.
Everything went dark.
This isn't your normal darkness.
I lost the
This is
map.
advanced darkness.
Why did you lose the map? Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, I accidentally unclicked player visible. That's why.
I fell into the void. It was very concerning.
Darkness, darkness, darkness is my friend.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
We see it.
And so there's this windmill right here, right?
Yes, there's a windmill right there.
We can just move forward and use the windmill as cover while they come out to deal with the fire, and then move in from the side entrance.
Sounds like a plan.
Awkward wait for Thief to return.
Awkward. Should actually go ahead. Grab you all.
We are being summoned.
Help me. Oh, help me, please. Help me, help me.
Get my battle music queued up. Yep.
Well, there may not even be a battle. Who knows?
I know how this goes.
Well, if your plan goes well,
Plan
then
goes.
who will there be to fight?
Okay, so quick recap. Linju was saying that if we want to start the fire over here, we can use the windmill as cover until people come out and then enter in through the side entrance.
And where
this
we-
isn't the scale, by the way. You all are like much farther away than this.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Holding
Hold
on.
the phone. Hold the phone. So, quick question. Where are we doing the fire?
I have the phone. I'm holding onto it. The Battle of Hay, well, the fire will most likely be, is about 200 feet away from the church. It is on your side, but it is 200 feet away. You are an extra 50 feet away from that.
What if I get popcorn to do it? It's so
Popcorn's
all of
nice
us are
with it,
together.
though.
You could. He hates fire
He
because
can-
it's made of ice, but you could.
He can fly over it and just literally take a match and just drop it in, and I can poof him out before he bursts into flames. My God.
Popcorn is such a worry word. I mean, why would? Why would you be?
What's the problem with me setting it on fire?
Because
Yeah,
you're
Smith did lead like a trail of oil going from the bale of hay to where you are. So
Oh. Well, fuck me. All right.
Would have been a good plan if it wasn't for that detail, but
All right. Well, then all of us
better.
both plans are viable.
all of us need to get away from where the beginning of that oil tray is so that people don't see us and go, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
yeah,
I, mean, I can't cast it up to. What's the range on again?
Oh,
it's like
firebolt.
120 feet.
Fireball.
I think it's
it is
60.
120 feet.
Oh, well, okay.
yeah, Firebolt's one of the sniper ones.
I said we
Then-
sneak up close as we can to the windmill until pretty much it's enough of a distance away from the trail, and then I will cast firebolt.
Yeah, with firebolt,
Yeah.
you really don't even need a trail.
How's quick question. How's Sir Penningworth doing? Or Sir Reginald?
I was
How's
gonna
he
say
doing?
Sir Penningworth.
Penningworth, sorry, I got a complete other.
Hello, it is me, Sir Penningworth.
How's Sir Reginald?
He seems to be doing fairly okay.
All things considered.
All
You know,
coming-
one arm less. You know, but
Yeah.
other than that, he seems to be in good standing.
He's
When you
not
wish
doing
you
it
knew a
much.
druid.
He doesn't appear to be losing his mind, so to say.
Okay. Just
We're
Which is
ready.
what I think you're more worried about.
Are we ready?
I believe we're ready.
All right, let's move up to
Fireball.
the.
Oh God.
I was gonna say let's move up to the windmill first, but there we go.
He did ask if you were ready. All right, so as you're saying, maybe we should move on to the firebolt. Swift, you
Say it
fire off
quietly,
your
buddy.
firebolt,
Run.
and it flies through the air, leaving this little bright light as it flies through. It hits the hay bale, which ignites in flame almost immediately from the oil you poured on it.
Run. I will stealthily run.
All of us are already gone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my my racial trait to gain a little bit extra movement and just slither down here before I stealth.
Well, you
Run.
are fairly visible to anything that can see in the dark. Up to that point, if you don't stealth.
I already rolled my
Not
stealth.
you. I'm not talking about
I
you.
rolled my stealth.
All right, I will try a stealth. This is not gonna go well. I am an 18-foot python, so.
Oh, we're doing stealth? Oh, God.
Alright. That's 10. I rolled an 18.
I think it was
19.
all right.
10.
So, Swift and Theft, you slowly but quickly make your way up to this windmill, followed by Linju, who
Is an
has
18
given
foot
himself
python.
a little bit extra speed. However, that extra boost of speed makes him a little bit more louder than the rest of you.
Where's our compatriot?
Thud, 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 thud.
He's coming.
We're really banking off taking a minute for them to see the fire, too.
All right.
Yeah.
So you all make your way over to the windmill, trying to be as silent as possible. As this flaming ball of hay, is now roasting in the middle of this field, billowing smoke up into the sky. Dun, 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 dun,
At this point, I will go ahead and cast Mage Hand. And I will make it invisible.
Okay.
The invisible hand.
What are you doing with it?
Well, he's gonna have it with him right now until
Okay.
they either get a visual inside or they get inside.
Okay.
You know what? Can I quickly do something, Shepard?
What do you want to do?
While this, before this happened, if we can have popcorn like somewhere near the same open window, and when the fire happens, I'm gonna tell him to yell fire and then poof him out into his pocket dimension, so that everyone will be alerted that there is a fire.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, as you all have ran up to this windmill, there's now a fire raging off in the distance. You pull popcorn out of your bag, and he flies his way back to this open window. Go. It doesn't really matter. Well, go ahead and roll stealth for him.
$17.
Popcorn.
Which is a 19 for popcorn, I believe.
Woo.
Yeah, so popcorn flies off silently, stealthily, masterfully through the air into the
God,
darkness
what was in that drink?
and flies over to this open window. And you,
Let them know that there's.
moments later, you hear him scream, "Fire!" And then you see popcorn fly around the back of the church and back over to you.
Excellent.
The window is closed,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
but I still yelled.
Oh, God.
All right, let me. Okay. Okay. A few seconds pass, and you see several people begin to exit the front of the church, and they begin running off in different directions. A few of them running off to the fire, others running off into town.
Swift is
turn?
going. Swift is gonna go ahead and move it to position.
As soon as everyone starts running out, Linju's gonna give it a 3 count and then slither over toward the church.
Save your vote. Gotta zoom in first. Ooh.
And we're gonna be looking for a side entrance.
All right.
West side door breach. Stack up. Breaching, breaching.
FBI, open up.
I mean, if you really want to see some breaching, I can do some breaching.
Oh, God.
Excellent, you. No sexual stuff. That's for later. Whenever you're with, when you're with the prostitutes.
All right. So, you all make your way up to the side of the church. There is a door though, where you're standing.
Is it locked?
Do you try?
I'll try the door.
Try the door. The door is locked.
Pickpocket that son of a bitch.
All right, give me a sleight of hand check. And
Pull out my halberd.
as you're doing this, so Reginald begins to pulls out a small satchel, opens it up, and pulls out what looks like this very fine and a little bit of light there is around shiny dust, and he pulls it out on top of Linju, and he utters a small incantation.
Sparkly.
Ooh.
Let's keep you away from some prying eyes.
Appreciate it.
Oh, body glitter.
Yes, the body glitter, which draws more attention to you.
Damn it, did you?
I don't fully understand the process, but I trust you. And a few moments later, you see people rushing back out from the town, and then making their way up back towards the church, and then they take a quick right-hand turn going out towards the fire, and they appear to be carrying buckets and like shovels and things.
That's gonna take it a little bit, especially with the oil. So,
True.
click.
14 does succeed. You unlock the door. Do you open it?
He's going to take a step inside and look around.
Alright. You take a step inside. You begin to look around. Let me...
Ow! Patches, you ass.
You stub your toe.
No, I just had my cat just claw the back of my leg as she climbed up.
Oh no.
She's just like, oh, a platform.
You step inside and you see what looks like a bedroom, a bedroom chambers. That is a portion of the church.
We ransacking this shit.
Anything of note?
Yes. Is there anything of note in here?
Make a perception check.
Quick perception check.
That's a 12.
Thief as well, if you're looking.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Ooh, natural 20.
All right. As you quickly look around, Swift, you look around. Nothing much of note. It appears just to be a typical room. You do notice that there are some paperwork on the table in front of you. But nothing else much of note. Thief, as you look around, basically the same thing. You notice the papers folded up. They appear to be as if they are about to be mailed, or they were just arrived from being mailed.
Where are they?
On that table right there. The scrolls. They look like scrolls. I call them notes, but they're scrolls. You also notice that there is a book, some sort of book, on the desk across from you. And there is a bookshelf littered with different kinds of books. You give it a quick look over. Most of it is religious texts. Others are small storybooks.
Nothing out of place?
Nothing really. Nothing really out of place. Everything looks like this is, it is your typical living chambers.
I'm gonna quickly look at the book, then look at the.
There is actually something.
Oh.
Something on the bed. It has this. Not the top of the sheets, but like just barely visible. On the underneath the blanket, you see this black oily substance.
Ooh.
Swift is gonna try to check the door.
Alright, you check that door. That door is unlocked.
Okay. Sleight of hand.
21.
Double 21s.
21.
Jesus.
Alright, you open that door, and you peel through, and you see the priest is still inside of the church, standing at the front, and you do see that there are several other individuals hooded and cloaked. Well, not really cloaked, more so just hooded, sitting in the pews. Far less than what Thief mentioned earlier. Give me a very quick perception check. 9. From this crack in your very quick glance, it's very difficult to tell how many people. You're estimating about anywhere between 3 and 4. But there could be some people you're not seeing.
Where is the priest?
The priest is standing right up here.
And where is the orb?
It is just behind him. It is sitting on that pedestal.
Okay. Well, he's got his invisible mage hand. He's going to send the invisible mage hand out. And he is going to try to not lift it up high, but he's going to test to see if the orb can be lifted with his mage hand. Just
And while that's going on, if you don't mind,
I'm gonna ask Linju to look at the letters just to see if there's anything there, and I'm gonna look at the substance on the bed.
Okay. As you're looking at the substance on the bed, give me an investigation check to like actually learn a lot about it, or a perception check just to kind of glance at it, to give a look over it.
Sorry, what and what check?
Intelligence or perception. They'll give you different things depending on which one you choose.
Okay.
If I did a intelligence, that'd be an ability check.
No, they're both skill
Save
checks.
him. Yes. Oh, wait, intelligence?
Yeah, intelligence is not intelligence, investigation. That's what I meant.
Investigation. Okay.
Investigation, not intelligence. Investigation. You are correct. Intelligence would be an
Yeet.
ability check.
Fuck. 9.
9. All right. You pull the blanket out, and you see now that the bed is kind of covered in this thin layer of this black, greasy substance. It's very. You're not too sure what it is. It just looks like black grease, or black oily, like a black oily substance. It does look somewhat familiar to what you saw about 2 days ago now. But this looks. It's not the same kind of consistency. It seems slightly different, but it's difficult to tell if it is or if it's just because it's a thin layer.
And Linju is going to take a brief glance at these letters and see if there's anything that sticks out as important.
Okay. Yeah. So same thing. Give me. Well, actually, no. This would be an investigation check. This wouldn't really be a perception check. And as you're doing that, Swift, you take your mage hand, you glide it over invisibly, unseen, and you just gently try to lift, not to where anyone could, hopefully to where no one can see it. And you just try to gently lift up on this black orb, and it does lift slightly, just enough for you to be like, it's probably less than 10 pounds.
I'm gonna
It's
turn.
definitely on that cusp.
I'm gonna turn and look at everyone, and I'm gonna smile and like nod my head like
It's about to go down.
we are good. He is gonna turn and look at Theft. It's like, does this
Actually, to do that, give me a sleight of hand check. As you try to gently just lift it up enough to see 12. Okay.
not bad?
Let's see if anyone notices. Doesn't seem like anyone notices. No one seems to pay any attention. And Linju, you begin
kinda got an
looking
idea.
over the notes. Some of them are still sealed. Do you
Does-
unseal the?
Does this
Do you unseal the sealed envelopes?
As of right now, in Linju's mind, this is an investigation, so he is acting.
Some of them are
As
sealed,
such,
some of them are not. So.
So yes, I'm actively going to unseal the ones that are still sealed, just for any like indication of any like incriminating evidence.
Okay. So you unseal those that aren't sealed, and you begin going through, quickly reading as fast as you can. A lot of them are different notes of correspondence. One of them is a note from Clawfoot, who is writing to the priest about his family, just asking how they are doing while they are gone. Another note is another letter, and it has a seal on it. Give me a history check.
History.
15. Yeah, okay. So you, being of a noble background, this seal seems somewhat familiar to you. You're not really too sure where to pin it down, but this does seem to be a seal that you have seen somewhere, but you're just not able to quite pin it down. It was a letter or a seal that you have seen go through your father's uh, hands a few times, very rare occasions. Uh, but you don't fully remember what family this belonged to. As you open it up and read it, it appears to be a letter sent to this town, not the priest specifically, but to this town, uh, to one of the higher ups in the political standing of this town, and the Reverend just seems to have it on hand, and it is questioning whoever receives this letter about a nobleman who was known to have passed through this way.
That
And,
dude's probably dead.
and hasn't been heard from quite recently.
I will set that one to the side because I know that Thiff was investigating a similar ideal.
And then you go through some of those. A few of these seem to not be fully finished. You read through one, and it seems to be a response to some other letters. You read some more letters. They appear to be in a similar fashion to the one that you just put away that had the seal on it, asking about some missing persons. Those have already been opened up, and then you begin reading some of the ones that look like they are still being written, or they are in the process of being written, and they seem to be responses from someone not fully sure who, but you can kind of guess who. Answering these letters coming in. Most of the responses are very similar. They were seen recently. They were slain by some individual or some creature outside of the village nearby, and kind of going into detail about the individuals, what happened to them, but not in very great detail, just enough to let them know something has happened and that they have died, and that the bodies were already buried.
Oh, they're not going to be happy about that.
I'll make a mental note of that, and I'll just kind of look at Thiff and kind of shake my head.
She has a very annoyed look on her face. And she'll get ready for whatever comes next.
Swift motions for Thiff to come over.
He does so.
This god or whatever, does it have a form?
Fetiath?
Mm-hmm.
I assume she does, doesn't she?
Like, has there actually been a drawing or anything that depicts what Fetiath looks like?
Shepherd?
No.
Does Stiff know that there has ever been a depiction of her?
You have you've had some trainings in all the gods, and most of them, a great majority, do. 50th is one of the ones that actually has multiple.
Yeah.
Because they have multiple sects.
Ah.
One devoted, well, not sex, sects, as in
Mhm.
churches.
SECTS.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
One devoted to air, which this one seems to be one devoted to fire, one devoted to earth, and one devoted to water. As this god is a combination of all of the elements combined, and each individual sect worships one specifically. Some worship all four.
Reasons.
Nice.
So there are multiple depictions of each one depending on which sect.
I will relate this to Swift. So
Thanks.
if it's the air one, what would the air look like?
Roll a history, not a history check. Roll a religion check.
16.
Okay, it's actually higher than that because it's your wisdom, which I assume is higher than your intelligence. I would think anyway. Being a cleric and all that.
Yes, my wisdom is +5 while my intelligence is +3. So add 2.
So the one to air, you're a little familiar with. It resembles mostly a massive, elegant air elemental. It's very hard to really draw a depiction of air, but when one is depicted, it is usually this elegant, massive, air-like elemental, composed of clouds and rushing wind, and some depictions have them manipulating and controlling electricity.
Thif will relay to Swift. For air, it's usually a very elegant air elemental. Why do you need this information?
Maybe if I can cast a silent image around the orb to make it appear to be. How do you say the name again? I'm
Fitaeth?
Fitaeth. To make it appear to be Fitaeth.
What would be the point of that?
The pronunciation is even a mystery to me because I don't know how to say it because it was made up.
Fitel.
Have you seen religious nutcases when their freaking god shows up?
And the thing is that I don't believe that they're worshipping Fitaeth. That's the problem.
Well, one thing he's going to do, he's going to let go of the orb, and he's gonna yank off that mask.
Yes!
Okay. You.
Oh, I can't make it look like a massive like all those tendrils are coming out of the freaking orb. I could do that. I could do that later to make it look like a mass of tendrils. Oh, I'm getting ideas. I'm getting
We're
ideas.
yanking off the mask right now. So you.
Yeah, I'm yanking off the mask.
You put the orb down.
Mhm.
No one seems to notice you pick it up, so you put it down gently. You have your mage hand float in front of the face of the priest. Make a strength check. Oh no, make an Arcana check. This would be Arcana. So make an Arcana check.
That's 11.
It's an 11. All right. So your mage hand grabs onto the mask because he's not expecting this. Grabs onto the mask and begins to yank. It wasn't very difficult. So begins to yank and pull and tug, and you see the mask begin to peel off this wooden mask that has like this air kind of motif to it. Begin to pull off, and you see this black gooey ooze sticking to the face of the priest and onto the mask until the mask pops off with this like sickening oozy sound, and you see the face of the priest. He's still hooded, all of his body was coated, but now you see the face, just barely, out of your peripheral, just barely.
As
Because
soon
he's
as
like
it
to the
pops
side of you,
off,
but it pops
all of-
off. What are you doing? As soon as it pops off, what are you doing?
He's gonna drop. He's gonna drop that freaking mask as soon as it pops off, and he's going to immediately look at the orb and cast silent image on the orb, and make it look like a mass, like a building of tendrils, are building up around the orb.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna get to use my spells. Ooh. I've not used any. Well, I have not pretty much not used any spells in this campaign.
All right. So, as the mask pops off, he does still appear to be human. He does still appear to be humanoid, from what you can tell. But his face does seem to have like these small black tendrils kind of circling around it. The
I'm
mask
just gonna-
pops off. He kind of leans forward, covering his face, and he asks someone, just anyone in the pews, to bring him his mask. One of them does stand up, grabs him, begins to bring it to him. And as that is happening, you cast Silent Image. You say the incantation, and these large tendrils begin to appear out from this sphere. As that happens, everyone in the pews looks up to it and they drop to their knees. The priest turns around, disregarding his mask, and now he does the same. So now they all now facing this withering mass of tendrils on the orb, but they have face down, kneeling in front of it.
So nothing like Feteath would present.
From what you know, which is a bit, a good bit, but not a lot, nothing about tendrils is Fetea's deal.
None of it.
None of it.
All right.
Well, I take that back, because water typically does take the shape of tendrils sometimes, but this, what you're saying, and what Fetea
we're
typically
dealing with
does
air
is
here.
not, this, something doesn't seem to be adding up.
All right. All Sif is gonna say is stop me now, and she's going to cast Eldritch Blast on the priest. If anyone wants to stop her now, do so.
Do we want to stop her?
It's up to you.
I'm currently focusing on the tendrils.
Well, there. It clearly shows that they were lied to.
Linju is just gonna yell on me then, and is gonna charge through the door.
Swift.
I'm using my mage hand. I'm grabbing that freaking orb and lifting it up and showing that it's moving.
Mage hand isn't concentration, is it? Is mage hand concentration?
No,
No,
it's just a
it's not.
duration.
Okay, it's just duration. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can do that.
All right. Thif is kind of pissed that she was lied to from the beginning. So she kicks down the door and
Oh, I'm already
forces-
through it. The door's busted through.
Surprise attack, Eldritch Blast onto the priest.
Alright, so Linju busts open. I was going to say he kicks down the door, but he doesn't have legs. So Linju busts down the door, rushes in. Thif, you pull in, casting Eldritch Blast towards the priest. And Swift, you, as you're concentrating on this mass of tentacles, which has momentarily distracted the congregation, you direct your mage hand over to the black orb and you grab a hold of it. So you now have it in your
I
mage
have
hand.
it. I have it, and I'm gonna take it, and I'm going to get it
Yeet.
out so we can freaking destroy it. So I can try to destroy it.
Okay.
Yeet it out the window.
How far can you move your mage hand in a turn?
Because it does. I do have the Mage hand ledgered
Ledgerman.
Ledgerman. I couldn't say that. When you
You
cast Mage
can move
hand,
it up to 30 feet each time.
I don't know if Ledgerman does anything fancy other than making it invisible, though.
you can disguise this with a sleight of hand check, and you can use the bonus action granted by your cunning action to control the hand. Yeah, at the
Nothing fancy to range or anything like that?
no,
No?
no.
Okay. Okay, then. So,
Yeah.
we'll say it took you like 5 feet to get it over to the pedestal. So now you have 25 feet to move it anywhere else you want.
Okay, I'm moving it towards my direction
Mhm.
because I'm gonna try to take it and I'm gonna try to destroy it.
Okay.
So
Alright, so you move it an extra 25 feet towards your direction. So that is right on
About
top
where
of,
I'm at.
yeah, right on top of Linji. Oh, right next to him. Alright, so Thiff, you cast Eldritch Blast towards the priest. Two times?
I
Both
don't.
of them? You get two.
I think I can do 2 times. Yeah.
Yeah,
because
you're
you're
level 5, so it fires 2 beams.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does it automatically, but I was just making sure. Alright, you fire 2 blasts, both of them hit. 10 force damage. As they both hit into his side as he is kneeling over.
Fifth is gonna scream, "You lie to the child of Mazbud!"
You scream this out. Both of these Eldritch Blasts hit into him. It knocks him over on his side, and you now see his face visible. He is this elderly humanoid individual, but his face is covered in these black inky tendrils. And he just lets out this pained gasp.
Death to those who oppose me.
Sif, enough! We have what we came for!
He does appear to still be alive, but you say that everyone else who was left in the room stands up quickly as the orb is now flying out of the room. It is now next to Linju, and as it comes at Linju,
oh my god.
the orb begins to spew this black from the cracks that is now next to you. You can actually get a really good look at it now. And from these cracks, there's like 5 cracks going out from the center, and they begin to spew out this black Icarus goo.
Do I have a chance to take an action as this is starting to happen?
You actually haven't taken your action yet, so yeah.
Okay, so can I do a bonus and an action, or just an action?
We'll say both. This is
All
all
right,
kind of a little lenient.
As I see it start to have this goop coming out of it, I'm going to use my bonus action to go into a battle trance. And as my main action, I'm going to lift my halberd, and I'm going to take a Great Weapon Master swing at it.
At the orb? Okay, go for
Yeah.
it. 8. Alright. You bring down your habit, but it's still flying through the air by Swift's mage hand, and it's kind of going a little erratic. You bring your habit down, and you just barely miss as it flies close to you. And at this time, it would be right next to you,
Oh boy.
spewing out this black Icarus goo.
Hit it again, hit it again.
That was your action. right?
Yeah, I'm assuming we're in initiative now, so.
Well, you still have your bonus action because.
Well, no, I use my bonus action to go into a rage.
Oh, I see. Then yes. Then now we are in initiative. As
Oh, for initiative.
as the black ooze seeps down onto the floor and then consumes the orb and then forms into this large black ooze-like creature. with the
Ew.
orb affixed to where you would kind of visualize its head to be, and it kind of twists around with the cracked portion peering out at you like a giant eye.
Well, shit.
Oh boy.
That's concerning. Can I pull its head? Just be like, pop.
Kill it.
Well, we're in initiative now, so.
Do I still have a hold of its have a hold of the orb?
Technically, yes. And as it encompasses this large portion of the floor next to Linju and Thif, everyone else who was kneeling down stands up, throws off their cloaks, and almost in this pained-like scream, their bodies begin to shift and morph, and black, oozy tendrils begin to almost pour out of their arms and faces.
Oh. No.
Fight the monster! Sir, don't go after the priest, Steph! Fight the monster!
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Who's first?
Well, yeah, figure that out yet. So let's see.
Come on, Linju.
I'm making off his
Sure, I
head.
got everybody. I did. Good. Oh, look at that. So Reginald goes false because he didn't roll like shit unlike last time.
Hell yeah.
So, hearing all of this happen, the screams of pain, Sir Reginald, who was still in the back of the room, pulls out his mace, kind of clutching his book under his arm, and rushes out. Let's see. What is it? Okay.
Yeezy.
He just pummels through the bookshelves until he can make his way out. And he just makes his way out of the door beside Linju. And he looks to Linju, and he looks to the. What must be done? He brings out his mace. It radiates in holy light as he takes a swing down at this monstrous ooze-like creature.
Kill the ooze. Kill the ooze.
He only has one attack now because he's missing an arm, so I'll let you just go ahead and delete that second one. from his
Oh
background.
no.
Ah, you know,
No.
mistakes were made. He also doesn't have the psychic damage anymore, so which could be a good thing. Who knows? So it's a 24
You
to
will
hit.
get. You will get veterans comp. I'll assure it.
That's a 24 to hit, which does hit. And it is 12 bludgeoning damage. So just I didn't put it in the notes. How dare I? Go down to make sure. All right, yeah. So he bring. Oh wait, I didn't do his. He did a smite. I didn't do his smite damage. So an extra 7 radiant smite. As he brings his mace down onto this ooze-like creature, the radiant energy kind of sizzling at the black, tar-like substance.
Paladin! Paladin!
So
Paladin.
7.
19.
Thank you. Alright, and that is his turn because he only has one action now. Swift.
Yay! It's the bird's turn. So I still have hold of the head of it,
In theory.
of the orb. Can I move the head, the orb?
You can try.
I will use my cunning action, which uses my bonus action and I will use it to control the hand to see if I could move or undo the monster by pulling off the orb.
All right. You begin to try and pull the orb. Make an Arcana check. Oh no, no, Arcana check. Oh, you were so fast. It would have been an intelligence check actually, because it would have been a spell ability. Which
Okay.
actually no, Arcana might have been right. So you rolled a 9. So as you try to pull the orb out from this ooze-like creature, the ooze pouring out from the orb still kind of tenses, and you see like bits of the ooze almost form like these tendrils that grab onto the orb and hold it in place as you try to pull it free with your mage hand.
Alright, let me look at my actions.
That was your bonus action. So still have your action, movement.
Okay. I think he's done playing around. He is going to drop. Well, I guess by this point the silent image is pretty much dropped.
Well, silent image is technically concentration, so if you would like to drop concentration on that, you can.
I will drop concentration on that. There does not seem to be a point in doing that. He's going to draw his swords. And he's going to attack the ooze. He can only do one attack this time since he already used his cunning action as a bonus. So 16.
16 will hit.
Sneak attack.
Oh yeah, sneak attack.
Yep, sneak attack.
Oh, 3d6. Yay! Uh, 3d6. 17 points of damage.
Alrighty. This is one attack because you don't get 2 attacks. Okay, so
No, I won't get 2 attacks this turn because I already used my bonus action to try to pull the gem out.
alrighty. Alright, so you pull out your blades and you give a quick slash to the ooze, your blade cutting through these black tar like tendrils.
Hey, are you following me?
And it kind of quivers as your blade goes through. Alright, anything else? Hey! Thank you for that.
That'll be
That's
it for
so
me.
nice of you. Thank you for that message. And thank you for the follow. Welcome to the flock. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Alrighty, so that was 17 damage, you said?
Hmm?
I didn't damage it yet. I'm just making sure I can tell what damage, right? Alrighty.
That's a nice chunk.
It is. Linju.
Okay. So Linju's in battle mode and he's recognized the gem as the enemy at this point. So I am going to reckless attack, called shot on the gem itself.
Okay.
20.
20.
Oh dear.
That'll hit.
Oh my goodness.
That'll
17
hit.
slashing damage.
Alright.
Is that with your rage?
Oh no, yeah. So, oh god,
19.
what is my rage?
19 was rage. But has your rage damage gone up yet? I don't think it
I
has.
gotta look. No, it's still +2, so 19.
Yep, so 19. All right, yeah, you take your hammer and you give a swift lunge up where this central gem is, kind of where the head, quotations, is on this ooze-like creature, and you manage to stab it right where these 5 cracks intersect. And as you do, it crack. You hear a little as the ooze, which is still kind of pouring out from the central sphere, begins to bubble out a little bit faster and more sporadic.
Hmm. Alright, yeah. Then I will go ahead and use my movement to circle around. Oh, I am not snap to grid. What is going on? Snap to grid. So, down there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now I'll just present myself as a target for the mob. And that will be the end of my turn.
Alright, as you end your turn, it will use. Oh yeah, because y'all haven't really witnessed this yet. I am trying out a new thing to layer actions. Instead of layer actions, they're using reactions. So instead of a pool of action points, I'm giving them a pool of reaction points. It does basically the same thing, only now you can try and bait them out.
Uh-oh.
Still works basically the same, only now it's a little bit different. It's a little bit easier to control. So as you in your turn and move around, the black ooze-like creature is going to quiver, and multiple tendrils will kind of stick out as if it's almost screaming, as if an ooze could scream. And in your head, all of you, you feel this almost mind-pinching screech. I need you all to make me a. I didn't put it in the thing. I need you all to make me. Oh, an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Uh-oh.
1!
Oh, 9.
Okay.
Would my father be able to help me if it's something like trying to take over my mind?
Actually, your father may not, but someone may.
No?
Let me look up Paladin real quick.
Swift is used to the screams. Not really.
I hear these screams in my nightmares every night.
He's used to taking out his targets quietly.
That is a good point. What level is freaking Sir Reginald?
There we go.
25.
I am God.
I'm hoping he's at least level 6, because that's where this comes into play.
Theft and Lingen are in trouble.
Okay, starting at 10th level. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that ain't gonna help you.
If he's at least level 6, she also gets a bonus to her saving throws equal to his charisma mod.
Except we're level 5.
We are. But what about Sir Reginald?
Well, that would have helped you out. Well, actually, that wouldn't have helped you out at all because you all rolled really well. You all, if you were within 10 feet of him, you all would have gotten a bonus to your initiative.
Initiative?
Yeah.
Huh. Fascinating. But I was meaning it more to help Thiff, because Thiff is right there.
Then 10 feet. Okay, so you do get a bonus to your saving throw equal to his charisma modifier, which is. Let me look at that real quick. So this is only for people who are within 10 feet of him. What is his charisma? Really fucking good, because he was meant to fight all of you. Yeah, so this is only for Thief, because she is the only one close enough.
Woo!
Oh no, Swift was close enough. Linju was not.
I'm fucked.
So you both get a +5 to your saves.
Oh, so then that's
I'm
14.
26.
So 26, 14, a 1.
One.
He also
Ha.
has to make the save. I read it. And
It
I
it does
didn't-
stack on himself. It does stack on himself.
Okay, he got an 18 anyway. Alrighty. So Thief and Linju, you both fail. You take 1 point of psychic damage because I rolled like dog shit. As this high-pitched screech emanates in your mind, and you have disadvantage on saving throws and attacks until I say so, because I don't want to give it away. So you have disadvantage on what the fuck did I just say? On saving throws and attacks. For now.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Uh-oh.
And that was at the end of Linju's turn. So Thief, it is now your turn.
Here the bird comes to save the day.
Right, Thief.
I'm gonna see if this is gonna work for the other people at least. Causing all within 10 feet. Okay, maybe not. That would just be the person in front of me. Should I risk it? I don't know if I should risk it.
Just remember you have disadvantage on attack rolls right now, so if it involves an attack roll, maybe rethink your strategy.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm DPS, so
Every plan involves attack rolls.
I mean, you can make the attempt. It doesn't seem to have a very high AC, but
you know what?
No.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me quickly read something.
It hit me.
if I had to guesstimate, I don't think it would have a very good dexterity, considering it's just a massive ooze.
Well, maybe it has
Yeah.
a great dexterity because it's a massive ooze.
Ew, gross. You know what? I'm just gonna do Eldritch Blast again.
When in
Second
doubt-
verse, same as the first.
When in doubt,
Now put me
blast
on a
away.
plane. Now put me on a plane so I can put him in a hearse. 22 and 10.
Yep, 22 and 10. So 22 does hit, 10 unfortunately doesn't. As you fire off two Eldritch Blast, one hitting directly center mass of this massive ooze. The second one, you kind of clutch your head just at the last minute as you begin to fire off the second blast from the pain of the screech, and the blast goes wide. So that is 2 points of force damage.
That's all it can do.
Wait, isn't your damage wrong?
My damage.
Don't you have
Because-
agonizing?
yeah.
Agonizing blast.
I forgot about that. Yes, I do.
How
Hold
much-
on.
How much does that add? Charisma, right? Sure,
Charisma.
Yeah.
mod, yes.
Hold on. I have a. Hold the phone. It's +5.
+5.
Hey,
Okay.
sh-
So
hey
let me
Shepard,
look-
would +5 have killed the priest?
Yes, that's exactly what you needed. Was 5 more damage. So it would have been 10 extra damage. So the priest is actually dead.
Oh. Die.
So the priest is dead.
Perish.
So that means the ooze is also taking 5 extra damage.
Excellent. Good. As it should be.
Yeah.
That is the end of my turn. I have nothing else I can do.
The priest looks out just one last time, and then as his chest kind of goes from just this little detonation mine you left in his chest, unbeknownst to yourself, actually.
Sucks.
Zero.
She wanted him to feel his death coming.
Yes, I did.
It is now the villager's turn, who's still in the building.
Omae wa unshinryu. Nani?
They better fucking run.
Alright, so this one who is next to you is going to pull out is going to reach beside them and pull out a club. And the club, as they grab onto it, the black oozy tendrils have basically grown out of their arm. It hasn't, when you see it up close, it hasn't actually pierced the flesh. It looks like it's growing almost like the sweating out these tendrils. And the tendrils just wrap around this club and they go to swing at you, Thiff. That's a 6, so that misses, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They swing out, but you've managed to just duck out of the way. This one next to Linju is going to attack you.
And he does have advantage because I reckless attacked.
Ah! I didn't build advantage in. Shame on me. 17.
But I'm also raging, so fuck you, bludgeoning damage.
It just bounces off his chest.
Alright, so you're taking 2, because you're round down. Taking 2 bludgeoning. And then these other 2 in the back pews who have stood up are going to pull out crossbows. One is going to aim... Actually, they're both going to aim at Thiff, because Thiff has just shown how fucking dangerous she is. So, 2 crossbow shots at you. As these black tendrils kind of grow over these crossbows and kind of grow onto the bolts and fire out at you. So that's 11. Pretty sure that misses. And a 15. I feel like that also. I don't know. Actually, it's 14.
11 misses, 15 matches, so it hits.
What's your AC? 14? Is it 14 or is it 15?
My AC is 15.
Okay. It's on your token. We need to change that.
Oh.
So you
Okay.
take 4 piercing damage as one of these bolts hits you, and these black oozy tendrils on the bolt kind of grow out of this bolt as it impacts you, kind of
You know what?
almost,
This makes me
almost like try to grab onto you.
Ew.
This makes me think of the Ouroboros virus in Resident Evil 5.
Oh yeah.
Borealis.
All right. It is now
Oh my God, we're fighting Wesker. We're fighting Albert Wesker.
It is now the Rose's turn. Okay, yeah, it's going to do this.
I'm gonna call it Wesker.
It is going to. The gem is going to point towards. God, who's done most damage? It's been Swift. Yep, the gem is going to point towards Swift, and you hear whispers in your mind. Kill them. Spread. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
And he's still in the aura protection, so he does still get the +5 bonus.
That's true.
I will be right.
That is
That's
a
20.
20. I feel like that succeeds. I didn't put the DC on there for some reason. That's my bad. That does succeed.
Fuck it, Wesker.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Wesker.
You grab onto your head and you shake away these whispers in your mind.
No, I'm good. I'll just kill you instead.
I'm still just imagining this in like the almost like robotic sounding like string of different voices. So just like, no, I'm good. I'll just kill you instead.
Uh, and then, as this is happening, a mass of ooze basically ejects itself out from basically where you think the back is of this creature, out towards Linju.
Oh boy.
I was a dumb and didn't make a macro for this because I was being a dumb.
This got hurt.
21.
I hate to do this to myself, but he does have advantage. Well, no, actually, because if this is a ranged attack being done within 5 feet,
It is not.
okay, then yeah.
He's also yeah. It's not actually like shooting out at you. It's basically like a mass is like lunging out at you.
Okay,
Like
so
it's taking
21,
a punch at you from its back. It's what it will. It's a news.
21 does hit.
21. All right. So you take
Blubber.
not flubber. You take flubber. All right. You take. No, let me do that because I was a dumb. All right. You take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Reduced to 3, yay! Now I need to make a wisdom save?
No, you just take 1 psychic damage.
Okay, so 3 physical, where's physical? Not poison. Physical, and 1 psychic?
Yes. As this mass of this black tar-like ooze slams against you, and as it spreads out over your chest, you begin to hear whispers in your mind that bring this painful ringing in your ears.
I am a wall of meat. I will not be deterred.
Alright, it is now so Reginald's turn. He is going to swing out with his mace again. How many spell slots does he have left? I didn't put it on his fucking token. He's got more than one. He's got more.
I was gonna say, we did have a full rest
Yeah.
before this, so.
26. That'll do it. I don't think he crits on 18. I don't think.
No. Unless he...
He wasn't affected either, so he doesn't have disadvantage. So 26 for 15 bludgeoning damage. It was a smite as well, so 9 extra damage. As he slams his mace into the mass of this ooze, and the radiant energy kind of blasts forth, blasting a large portion of this ooze out with the radiant light. That is the end of his turn. But at the end of his turn, this creature is going to look back to Linju. The orb in the front of its face is going to into its body and re-emerge facing Linju, and you hear these whispers in your mind. Kill them. Kill them. Spread. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I have disadvantage. Fuck my life.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I would have loved to have that.
Yeah, you will.
Huh? Come on, roll higher.
Hey,
Oh,
16.
Not bad.
That's really good.
But is it good enough?
You hear the whispers in your mind telling you to kill them, to infect. And as you try to push out these voices from your mind. Just as you think you're about to overcome them, they increase in volume. I was trying to think of the word from it. They increase in volume and shun out your own thoughts. You are now under the effects of dominate person.
Oh no. No, I don't like that. No, I don't want that. No,
I
thank
do,
you.
because it's not a charm.
Well, guess what? I'm
Not
gonna
like
kill it.
last time! Alright, Swift, it is now your turn.
I should have stayed next to the fucking paladin.
25 to hit. That will hit for 9 slashing
Do I get-
damage.
Do I get my sneak since his attention is now back on
Well,
Linju?
you have Thiff and Sir Reginald within 5 feet, so yes, you get
Yeah.
sneak attack.
As long as you have a party member that is not incapacitated next to them, you have sneak attack. Unless you have disadvantage, in which case you don't. But you don't, so you're good.
15.
Uh,
Another short sword attack.
Yep, so you pull out your blade and you cut at the ooze. You cut off several of these ooze-like tendrils as they flop to the ground and kind of sizzle and burn as they all cut off. How much you say, 15?
Yeah, 15.
You go for another swipe. You go for another swipe, but this time the ooze pulls back almost unnaturally quickly than what you expected, and you miss.
Bull, I apologize out of character for what's about to happen to you.
Oh no.
What's about to happen to who?
Whoever I'm thrown at.
Oh no.
Thankfully, I only get 1 attack, because I
Oh.
multi-classed.
Let's hope that I can do enough damage.
Alrighty, it is
Why does it-
now
why did it
Luigi's
say-
turn.
Why did it say only did 7 damage?
Resistance.
Okay, just making sure. It's like, wait a second. Why is it 7?
I really hate that y'all can see that, by the way. I thought I made it so you can't, but I don't think there is a way.
Whose turn is it?
It is
wait,
Linju,
wait,
but I'm
wait.
waiting.
Dominate person.
Yes.
If you're in combat with the, like,
You have advantage.
yes.
But you also had disadvantage, so it was a straight roll, which means
Yes,
it
so
would
it
have
would've
been
been a
18, which means
straight
you would have
roll.
saved.
Thank God for my OCD telling me to check the effects of dominate person.
Woohoo!
Woohoo, buddy.
And that's the end of. It is then the end of Swift's turn. And nothing happens. It is Linju's turn. Because I am
I would
out
like-
of reaction points.
I would like to make notes to the DM that Sir Reginald has now done the most damage in this turn.
Well, I mean, he is level 10. He was meant to fight you all by himself. So
Sucks.
So amid the whispering, I'm gonna look up at this thing and growl out, "My father couldn't control me. You have no chance." And I'm going to reckless attack Great Weapon Master.
oh my god.
So this is gonna be a
It's
so this is gonna be a straight roll.
You do. Okay, reckless attack. You're right. It is a straight roll.
Fuck.
I was going to say natural 1, but 5 works too. So yes, you actually, just as it is about to come back to you, as you're about to swing towards Swift, you go back your inner wheel, fighting off this intrusion over your consciousness, and you pull the hell away from Linju and towards the ooze. But unfortunately, you're just a little too slow on pulling it away and into the attack against the ooze, and your blade kind of catches on yourself and hits into the wooden floor.
Then I'm gonna maneuver over here.
If you do that, you do proc an attack of opportunity from villager over there.
Go ahead, I will feel enough pain.
I was,
Eh.
well, that's
Can't-
Linju's
yeah,
pullout strategy.
It has an advantage, so.
4. It is I who rolled a natural 1.
Swings the
Lit-
club and breaks it across my back.
Oh no, my
Oh,
father
it
gave
hits
me
the
that
creature.
clue.
It's the creature. You
Um,
asshole! Why did you shoot me?
Alright, and that thankfully puts me puts me within 10 feet of Reginald, I believe.
Yes, you are within 10 feet.
Okay. Okay, and that will be the end of my turn.
Fifth.
So Lindsay didn't hear me apparently.
What's up?
Pull out
Said that weak pullout game.
Oh God.
A.
That's because they enjoy it if you go all the way in.
Fifth.
Swift is gonna immediately regret that joke.
Wrathful Smite.
Getsu.
Alright, so wisdom saving throw. Wait, actually.
Is
Hold on.
the...
Next time
Just,
you hit
make
with a
an
melee.
attack
Yeah, so
first.
you also have to attack.
Yeah, so this is a bonus action. I activate it.
Yep.
Wrathful Smite. And yeet. 8. Fuck me running.
That's a little difficult to do, but okay.
I will make the attempt.
No, I won't.
Additionally, the target is a creature. Okay. You frightened of you? Oh, okay. Unfortunately, 8 misses. As you swing out with your flail, these intrusive whispers still in your mind, this painful screeching, and you swing wide and miss these withering mass of ooze like tall tendrils.
Well, that's annoying. That's the end of my turn.
Alright, it is now the villager's turn. Oh. I take that back.
The village.
You don't have disadvantage. The disadvantage ended, actually, when I took my turn. So actually, you always would have had advantage on that saving throw. To my controller. So luckily, you and the straight roll saved me. And your attack wouldn't have had disadvantage. You would have had an 18, which means you would have hit. So you have dealt. How do you roll 6 and get 20 damage? Great weapon master. That's how.
Yep.
Which deals 10 damage because resistances.
It wasn't a bad pull-out game. It was a delayed response.
It was
I
a
swung
delayed
the halberd-
response. A delayed response because the DM forgot his own mechanics.
I swung the halberd so fast it split it without it realizing it had been split.
Ha.
Umai Shinderu.
I just love the mental image of that. Linju runs over here, they have that interaction, and then Swift just sees, like, where Linju was, just suddenly this gash appear.
Fifth, I missed! And then the ooze just bisects. I guess I didn't.
10 damage.
Yep, so 10 damage, which actually means that was enough to kill it. And that's why you missed, because it was already dead. It all works out. But as you cut through the ooze, with your amazing anime moment of everyone thinking you missed, and then the ooze begins to bisect as the gem cracks and falls on the floor into 5 different pieces. The ooze withering and bubbling and sizzling until eventually it pulls into the floor, sizzling away into this blacky smoke.
What about the villagers?
Yeah, Linju's gonna look at the villagers and see if there's any reaction.
Alright, as you look at the villagers, the ooze, like the oozy tendrils that were growing on their skin, begins to evaporate as well. But it also seems to linger. It appears they are in the process of perhaps being cured, but it hasn't taken full effect just yet.
Linju will call out to the rest of them, non-lethal!
Understood.
Alright, so Third,
Roger
you
that.
can take your turn now, because it technically would have been your turn.
What?
Your turn.
No. No, she'd already have. Oh,
Yeah, but it was dead, so technically I'm not going to count that attack.
Omae wa wo shinderu.
Yeah, it was already dead, so giving you a chance to do something else.
Thif will stay on guard to see if any of the villagers want to start some shit.
All right, so holding your action, dodge action,
Yeah,
dodge
sure.
action. Okay. And then it would have been the villager's turn. Actually, no, the villager. Well, oh, that villager attacked because it was a reaction. That's what happened, basically. And now it's the villager's turn. So you hold your action to dodge to assess the situation. All of the villagers in this room begin to grab onto their heads and let out these pained, almost like groans of agony as these black tendrils that kind of are growing out of their skin and faces begin to sizzle away, but are still trying to maintain place. So I'm going to do this. All right. Two of them. On two of them, the one closest to you and the one over in the corner, farthest away from you, the tendrils begin to bone away completely and they collapse on the floor. The other two, the tendrils seem to manifest themselves still and they take their full actions against you. So this one is going to run in and attack you with a club. That's a 22. Holy shit.
You want to see if you get the 20? Because reckless attack.
That's a 22. For 5 damage. AKA 2.
Barbarians.
And this one is going to pull out the crossbow and fire it at Lindru as well. That's a 16. That's
That
an 18
misses. That hits.
for 2 damage.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
I'm sensing a pattern of 2 damage. Where is the thing? Condition. Boop. Unconscious. There we go. It's dead. So Reginald. Alright, so. What must be done? And he tramples over the smoking ooze on the floor. Mace in hand. Before I do this, let me double check.
Yeah, we're still in initiative.
Yeah, we're still in initiative.
Oh, I think he's just measuring.
Oh, you're just measuring. You do have a measurement.
Yeah,
Remember that. Does he on this? He does. Alright, he is going to. Oh, that doesn't do it. Never mind. He needs the other thing. He looks towards Linju. And then just kind of lets out a loud yell as he takes his mace and swings down on the still infected villager. For 17, which hits for 11 damage, which doesn't take him out. But when you look like he is about to go to crack the skull in, he instead goes and brings out the handle and smacks them in the back of the head. Trying to knock them out, but doesn't succeed in doing so. So actually, is that... okay, still no. All right, Swift.
All right, here we go.
All right,
Brother.
if you do move like that, you do proc an attack opportunity.
I do not believe I'd get that with my mobility feat.
Oh,
You
you
have
have
to make.
mobility. Never mind. Oh,
Oh
you
yeah,
do.
that's right.
Wait, do you have
I think
to
you have to
attack?
make an attack. Let me double check the wording.
I
Hold
think
on.
you do actually need to attack before you do that.
Mobile. Yeah, you need to make a melee attack against a creature.
Okay, then I'll move back. Prevent last move. Uh, you know what? I'll risk it.
Alrighty. 7 misses.
That definitely misses. Okay, I will non-lethally attack with the short swords of this individual.
Cool.
Okay.
You don't get sneak attack because you're not hidden and there's no ally next to them though.
That may be a good thing. That's a 10.
10. Let me double check. 10 does hit. They don't have any armor.
Okay. So that's a 7.
7 slashing damage as you take your blade and cut at the basically the back of the leg, making sure not to really damage any necessary tendons or veins, but they do seem to still be standing.
Again, 19.
That'll hit for 6 damage. As you take your second blade and crack them on the back of the head, they lunge forward, almost fall into the floor, but still standing, the tendrils wiggling and writhing.
My advice for you would be to stand down.
That's all you get in response.
Mm-mm.
Anything else? Did you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Anything else?
Did he die? Dolce?
So what?
Is
Is there anything else
is that
you're
your
doing?
turn?
That will be my turn. Yes.
Awesome. Wow, no, they suck at these saves. Alright, Linju, it is your turn.
Linju's not going to take any real chances. I'm going to go ahead and go for a reckless attack, but I'm going to make a non-lethal constrict attack against the one right next to me.
Okay. 24 hit for 7 damage. That is plenty.
Just wrap around and just go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
You hear some cracking as these people are not very hardy. Hardier than normal, but not extremely so. And they pass out. The tendrils reducing in size, but not fully going away. Well, let's double check. On this one, the tendrils dwindle down to almost like these little nubs on the surface of the skin, and then eventually they vanish completely.
There you go. There you go. Okay, and I'll release the body as the end of my turn.
Alright. Thiff,
Yes.
it's your turn.
The last guy alive. I'm just gonna get this over with and friggin'
Kill him.
Eldritch Blast on the last guy. 17 and 22.
I will say, you can't kill non-lethally with a spell.
What?
Spells cannot non-lethal. If you elect
Fuck me running. Alright, who's the last person?
The
The one next to Swift.
Yeah, the one next to
Alright, can I just walk over to him and smack him with my thing? My flail?
You can most certainly try.
Smack. 17.
17 for 2 bludgeoning damage. Oh my god, it's actually just enough. It's exactly what you needed.
Probably more due to my my thing. It would be +5, so
Well, does that affect your weapon as well? Or...
well, because I'm a Hexblade, I think so.
Oh, Hexblade thing, yes. Well, actually, does Hexblade affect your damage?
Hold on. Yeah, I would get +5
Then yes, you
with
should.
every hit. So that'd be 7.
I need to ask you about that at some point, though, Woman.
Hmm?
I don't understand how you have Form of Dread and Hexblade.
Form of Dread. Because I'm a
Ace
fallen Azamar.
So,
She's
that a
not.
thing?
She's not actually a.
oh, you just renamed it Form of Dread. Okay, because there's an ability for another subclass for the Warlocks that's called Form of Dread.
Well, they both call Form of Dread.
I don't think I have Form of Dread. Whatever. But
I don't know.
He's
Something's going on. I don't know. Agonizing blast, whatever it's called.
he's dead.
He's unconscious.
He's unconscious. We won.
But the tendrils on this one do still seem present. But they are unconscious.
Can I just start ripping them out of his face?
You can try.
I have to start ripping them out of this. Get off.
All right, you. So the tendrils right now are very small, almost like little nubs. You begin to just rip at what you can get. Make a dex check, I guess.
A dex. Fuck. All right.
Sleight of
Sorry,
hand,
dude.
something like
7.
that. Is your sleight of hand better than your dex? Do you have a bonus?
7.
Is it still 7 for both?
It's a 7.
It's a 7. Well, I don't know.
7.
You may have like a +5 to sleight of hand. I don't know. I don't know how you live your life.
It doesn't work.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure
so
you're...
7. So you start trying to like pull at these like little small leftover tendrils that you can see, and it's almost like trying to like pop like a pimple or a blackhead that's not quite ready to pop yet, and you start grabbing onto like the skin and trying to pull it off of the face.
Alright, then I'll just leave it then. I'm not a dermatologist. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Someone get the exfoliating rug, whatever it's called.
Someone gets the exfoliator.
Okay, I think I understand why I was confused, Bullman.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Did we win?
it appears so.
Yay.
The gem lies cracked in 5 separate pieces on the floor. All of the villagers in this one room are unconscious. One still seeming to have a lingering affliction. You don't know about the rest of the town yet. What do you do?
Linju is going to go to the main entrance to the church and just peek out in the direction that we set the fire and just make sure that the villagers had put it out before they fell unconscious, presumably.
Alright, you go outside and you look towards the fire, which has now, at this point, this because time and combat is non-existent, has not been very long. So you still see them all out there. You see some pouring out buckets of some sort of liquid. You're not too sure what. Probably water, most likely. onto this hay bale. Others are like digging dirt and they're throwing dirt on this fire. Um, it seems like a large portion of people are out there now, possibly from the town, and they are currently piling them up. Uh, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. They are not piling each other. They are piling like dirt and water on this fire. As you look out, um, after like several minutes, some of them do begin to like grab onto their head. And then you see a few of them drop over, and then others still kind of standing, trying to continue to put out this fire.
While this is going on, Thif is gonna try and gather all the people who are unconscious, all the villagers, and kind of like a rescue kind of like lay them down and try to check them over, like if it was like a, I don't know, a safe house or like medical emergency medical facility. I don't know. Just make sure that they're okay and the villagers are not like, I don't know.
Yeah. Roll me a medicine check.
Okay. Check, 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 check. Check your body right. That's the medicine.
Yes.
20.
All right. You look over the villagers in this room after you've kind of placed them up, kind of lined them up. They all look well, except for the priest. Look, two of them look fine for the most part. They're unconscious. They kind of have like this pained look on their face as they sleep. Quotations. The other two do look heavily wounded, but they'll live. Only
She'll
one.
try to.
Only one, the one you knocked out, still has this lingering like black. Honestly, at this point, it looks like little black dots on the skin.
As long as they're kind of like starting to leave and whatnot, she'll just start caring for everyone and respectfully, quote unquote, layer a sheet over top of the priest's body.
Alright, you cover up the priest. The rest of them are still unconscious. They're probably not going to wake up anytime soon.
Yeah.
You don't think? If you Are you going out to look at like the villagers outside as well, or was it just the ones in here?
I was gonna say Linju's gonna run over there to like where the fire was started, and if it doesn't seem like anyone's hostile toward him, he's gonna go ahead and help put out the fire and start bringing the rest of them toward the unconscious ones toward the church.
Alright, as you make your way out though, at this time most of them have fallen over. The fire is still going, but as you make your way out though, as you get out there, most of them have fallen over. Either unconscious, or about to pass out.
All right, I'll go ahead and busy myself with putting out the fire first, and then start bringing the individuals back toward the church.
All right, so you go. You begin putting out the fire. Thif, what are you doing?
Thif is doing damage control. She'll wait for Linju to bring some of the people over, and she'll start like laying them out and making sure that they're not possessed, that they know what's going on as much as she can explain. And yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So as this is all going on, Linju finally manages to put the fire out. It takes a good while. It was a pretty hefty fire, and oil was involved, so it takes a good like 20 minutes to put the fire out. But eventually, you all start bringing people inside. You lay them down, look them over. At this point,
Note to self: tell Swift to use less oil next time. Shit.
At this point, once you get them inside, they are all pretty unconscious. What the fuck is English? They're knocked out. They're out cold. After a while, some of them do start to awaken slightly, just groggily, and you kind of tell them what happened and talk them through it.
important note: when we bring people in, if anyone looks like they're starting to stir, I'm gonna very quickly take the priest's body and take it out of sight.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Thief has already covered it with a cloth.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
okay, so it's covered in a cloth. You take it out somewhere. The ones that do kind of come to are very groggily. It's like they're in a very heavy stupor, and even as you do talk them through it, you probably feel like they're not really comprehending what's going on at all. But eventually you get them all inside, taken care of. You do see that a few of them, like, including the one from earlier, like 3 of them do have like these faint black dots on their skin and faces. But everyone else seems to be relatively normal looking.
As everyone starts to come to, I will start explaining to them all like what happened. That they weren't worshipping Feteyeth, they were worshipping someone from the old gods. And just kind of explain like what's going on, why this is happening, and that we're here to help.
Alright.
I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic.
Alright, you cast detect magic. Your detect magic goes up. Yeah. Cast detect magic, your detect magic goes up. You do not detect anything magical in the church. The orb, if you go over that, it appears to have expended what magic it had.
I think we're good.
Good, so we won't have to deal with it anymore.
Yep.
If by
Too
this
bad
time
it's
Linju has all, if by this time Linju has all the villagers inside, he's not taking any chances. He's gonna crush the rest of that stone into powder.
Alright, yeah, so it does take you time to do that. That's a very lengthy process, but you gather up the 5 pieces left. I think it'll be 5, something like that. Probably 10, actually, because it was 5 cracks. Anyway, you gather up the pieces, and you just start trying to crush it as much as you can until it's no longer recognizable to what it was.
Is the tentacles gone on the priest? Are they still there?
Uh, on the priest, he was killed, and he's now covered, and that was actually taken on him. But as you look, before y'all take him away, because you stepped out for a bit, but as you look, on him, the tendrils do seem to have dissipated, but yeah. So on him, the tentacles do seem to have dissipated, to like not the extreme that they were, but they are still present, like in a minute sense.
Yeah,
Similar to what?
We are burning his corpse.
Yep.
We are cremating him. I am not taking any chances for this thing to come back. Seems that it corrupted the priest the most.
If anyone has some silver dust, Thif can cast ceremony on him. Make sure that he doesn't come back.
For at least 7
Fortunately-
days.
Yeah,
Fortunately,
Fortunately.
Swift does not have.
yeah, I didn't think so. Oh well. Alrighty.
The fucking the paranoia of D&D players in a nutshell here. Not taking any chances. Reduce that to dust. Burn that.
And burn it.
As you ask for silver dust, the Sir Reginald will walk up to you. and just kind of hand you a small satchel.
Thank you, Sir Reginald.
As you go to grab it, he doesn't release hold of it, and he just looks at you intently.
Sir Reginald?
Do what must be done. Always. And then he releases it, unless you have it.
Of course. Nothing less. And she will go over to the priest and, or even just like the priest and the altar, and she'll like cast ritual cast. Wait, ritual cast.
It's ceremony, but I forget what
Sure.
it is.
Ritual.
Burial rites or something like that. Funeral rite, that's
Burial.
what it is. Touch one corpse. For the next 7 days, target can't become undead by any means. Short of a wish spell. I wish it to be undead!
No.
You wasted your wish, you fool!
Alrighty, that's all I want to do.
Alright, so you take the powdered silver, you make the ritual rites, and you sit there for an hour and 10 minutes, casting the funeral rites over the now dead priest. His body glows with the portions of the silver being sprinkled on him. Almost this reddish glow as your spell takes full effect
Yep.
and then dims down.
And it is done. Bismillah marham marhim.
Oh shit, I did the wrong one. I did the wedding! Oh no!
Oh no! Now I did a plus!
Alright.
Well, that's it then.
What were you gonna say, Shepard?
Oh no. What do you do now? What do you do next?
Well, if there's, if we've, dealt with the villagers and everything, and,
Yep. You have taken care of the villagers. You have all laid them down to basically recoup.
Is the fire still raging?
No, I went and put it out
Yeah, Lindsay put that up.
because everyone started falling unconscious around it. So
Yeah, so you brought all the villagers that you could find in. The ones who have started kind of coming back to consciousness, you have explained what's going on.
shit's whack, yo.
They're still in like this stupor, this haze, so probably not much is getting through, but you try your best.
I'll try to also convince Fieldclaw's family to go back to him, because he's very lonely. And it's,
Okay.
yeah, you don't need to be here anymore. Go back to your family.
All right.
He's
So
very-
you scour the town looking for the failed Claw family, and eventually you do find them in one of the shops,
Mhm. I'll
staying
tell him.
staying with a familiar gnome. Well, not familiar to you, familiar to somebody. And you inform them.
Dangerous past. Go home.
They thank you, and they go back up to prepare their things to leave.
The next thing Fifth will do is that she will go back into the bedroom next to the church and look through those notes. Does that seal look familiar to me?
Yes, it does.
Was it the seal of Duke Telgun?
It is.
Yep. Sif will take a look at it.
Is there any magical items in here?
There is not.
There is not.
Well,
As you now give the room a more thorough look, you do find there is a holy symbol to Fetayeth. You find a journal belonging to the priest, which is basically his day-to-day journal. And about 2 weeks or so ago, he writes about how Failclaw brought him a gem. And then it goes into detail about how he started hearing whispers from Fittieth coming from the gem. And then the notes go into ramblings of a mass of ooze, a lake of ooze, a world composed of blacks and greens and grays,
an ooze.
reds and blues.
Yep, sounds crazy.
Spreading a false of unnatural precedents.
Hmm.
To be fair, most of the religious followings sound rather mad to people like me.
I'm not gonna have a good time telling Duke Talgun this. Hopefully we can at least get his brother's body back to him.
From what the note says, he was already buried around here, so I don't think it should be too difficult unless the body has decided to run off to the Umbra.
I hope not. I'll get some religious practice here from Echo to bring his body back to his brother. In the meantime, boys, gentlemen, Swift and Linju, it was a pleasure working for you. Thank you for unveiling the mystery of the Duke's brother.
Ah, but the pleasure has been mine, Lady Thif. And Linju will give a deep bow.
It was certainly an honor to work with you, both. He's going to reach into a pocket, and he's gonna pull out 2 cards, like business card-like deals, with a lightning bolt being shot through a black, like, cloud. If you're ever in need of assistance, with any intelligence gathering, especially, you, Miss Stiff, since I know that you love information, and it's
Useful to
Very-
nobles.
we'd be happy to be of service.
Speaking of services, Linju will lean down close to Indigo's face. Do yourself a favor. Go to a red light district and get some experience.
I might do that, unless you're offering.
Find a different bedroom.
So are you having to leave now, Thiff, or should we report it to the sheriff or whatever?
I will head back to Echo and report them of my finds. Most likely they will inform the local lords around here of what happened.
Sure, we can inform the sheriff in the morning.
Hmm.
Swift? Just wink.
Yes, I guess we could.
I'm sad to see you go so immediately, Lady Thif. It has been a pleasure.
It doesn't have to be I was thinking about leaving in the morning. knowing that the fake queens will definitely wonder where I am, they'll probably have so much work for me to do.
You have mentioned that you work directly for the Fey Queens.
I do.
Well,
Well,
as sort of an adventuring body myself these days, I find myself without exactly a destination to go. You think perhaps that the Fey Queens might have need of a noble knight?
There's a look of like, oh, please don't. Well, no. Well, no. Honestly, they could definitely use the extra help.
Popcorn pops his head out. You're hired.
Wonderful. Celebrations are in order. Lady Thiff, I suppose that you won't like to partake of my particular. And as he's saying this, his tail is slowly wrapping around the Swift Indigo. My particular celebrations.
Actually, Swift actually thinks for a moment. It's like, I could probably send a message out and probably join you as well as a representative of our clan and be used as your personal spy.
I don't know if I need the works of spies. However, if you were to inform the Fey Queens, they definitely wouldn't give up on the offer. And it'd be good to have a lookout on hand. I will definitely think about your offer, Swift. Thank you.
He bows.
Well, Swift, shall we retire then?
Yes, we shall retire.
This is gonna look. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Linju is very quickly going to start pulling Swift to a more secluded area.
Shame. It was such a short career.
Ziff is gonna look very confused, and then continue helping with the villagers.
And
with
Linju is
that-
going to see how loud a bird can squawk in the night.
God.
How about a lizard shriek?
Jesus!
And with
Yeah.
that, our story comes to a close. As you have discovered the true culprit behind the deaths of the villagers, a portion of the cause, the why, still unknown. But
We dealt with the Venom / Flubber / Albert Wesker hybrid.
indeed,
It's some type of goo.
you
There's
vanquished the
always
goo,
tomorrow.
cured the still living villagers, so you hope. And you head your separate ways for now. And that is where we end Village of Shadows.
Green fades to black. Linju Longtail will return. Thiff the Bloody will return.
Yep.
Swift Indigo will return.
Now, if we do another campaign together, I might bring Swift back. I might bring my Luxodon back, or I might bring a new character.
Sif and Linju are definitely coming back, but not for the next one.
Yeah,
Then-
we just decided to space it out so we didn't burn ourselves out with what we had planned for these two.
And for our next characters. For our next characters!
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Listen. I gotta get close to the mic for this, but for all the viewers out there, here's my inclination of what comes next week.
That's your clue. Discover what it means next week.
No, I think the next campaign that I do, if it's not with you guys, I'll probably actually finally play a druid.
Wow.
I have a firebolt druid already set up.
It's always fun.
Spicy.
Ooh.
Yes.
Right now we're about to with another campaign. We're about to do the Curse of Strahd campaign,
Oh,
and
sexy.
I chose to use a lizard folk monk.
Fuck Strahd. Do it. You
Alright.
won't.
I will be right back. And thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. This was the finale of Village of Shadows. It was a short campaign compared to the normal ones, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified when I post again. And check me out on Twitch. You can catch us live at Dungeons with Shepherd. Link in the description below. I'll see you all next time.